Hi everybody, welcome back, or welcome if you were new. In today's video, I'm going to be going through my February budget wrap up and kind of talking about March budget as well. I've set up everything so that way I can try to make this video a little bit faster, but also have a little bit more time of, you know, face to face and all of that type of stuff. So in February, we have some wins and successes and all of that. So we will share that here in a little bit. And then kind of preparing for March, it is day 4, and I say day 4 because I'm thinking of work and clothes. It's day 4. Actually, it's day 2 of clothes, but it is March 4th. So I already mentioned in a previous video where one of my goals was to pay a little bit more towards debt, the normal $300 extra on top of the extras that I'm already paying. Confusing, yes, I know. But I kind of want to share some things that are going to be coming up in March that will be costing some money and all of that. So let's go ahead and get into doing the wrap up of February and then moving on into March. Okay, starting on the last week of February on some of the things that happened. I had 2 bills. So I had Apple Premier, Apple One, whatever you want to call it, the monthly payment for that, and my emergency fund transfer that happens every single month. And then I paid an additional $750 to my business credit card. I was able to do that, which is good news. And then I did go to get some food at Otto's on Tuesday, and I also went to the grocery store and spent $63.98. And total for this month, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 out of 28 days that were no spend. This is actually a no spend, but we had more now that I look back. I ran out of stickers and I had to print some new ones. So I actually have 18 days out of 28 days that I had no spend. So we'll talk more about that. The goal was to do a no spend. I did spend money, but we have some good news on that front, which is over here in the weekly check-in. So as far as groceries go, I was way under budget. I still had $239.93 left over in the grocery budget. Again, I did not eat healthy the entire month. I know once I start eating a little bit healthier, the price is going to go up significantly, but I was able to get by with spending under $200 on groceries, which is kind of amazing, actually. Household, I only overspent by $60.65, which really in the grand scheme of things is not bad at all compared to what was happening last year with household and all of that. I was way over budget on all of that. And the key victory right here is miscellaneous. I did not have any miscellaneous expenses this month, nothing. So if I didn't get every single day as a no spend day in February, I still consider it a win with having 18 days out of the 29 days, sorry. They're not 28 days in February, they're 29 this year. And I did not spend, I didn't go crazy with the household or the miscellaneous expenses. I did go crazy on some of the other ones that we have over here. So ending the month, additional income, I got $165. That is mainly stuff that I had transfer over from my sinking funds to cover some of these sinking funds that are over here. So like the chiropractor, state inspection, car registration, and the subscription. So not much extra. I did have a little pay increase there, getting an additional amount. So that's how I was able to put a little bit more towards debt by doing that and also spending some or saving some money. Now the recap on crafts and everything, we kind of have everything that's in red was over budget. Everything in blue was under budget. And so over budget by $186, under budget by $65. So you can kind of see how that is. Everything that was fixed expenses was all the same. Nothing changed. Then going over into the transaction log, we have a bunch of the sinking fund transactions that we have over here in the brown stickers. And then I made a note that I needed to transfer $97.75 into my summer bills. And that was for the electric, natural gas, and water. I take the budgeted amounts, so the total budgeted amount for those three accounts minus the actual, and if it is a positive number, I take that positive number, which in this case it was $97.75. I take that number and transfer it over into the summer bills sinking fund so I can go ahead and have money to pay some of my higher summer bills when they come in. So that's the note and a check mark saying I transferred. And then over here we have a rundown of all of the sinking funds and everything that came in and out, all of that type of stuff, so you can kind of see where we are ending. I did not total up anything. That's okay. Sometimes you just get too much adding and subtracting that you just kind of get tired at the end of all of this. Then going into my debt trackers. So credit card 1 and credit card 2 are paid off. They're good. Business credit card is the one that I am trying to pay off as fast as possible because it is the one that is actually accumulating interest every single month. And then the second one is the home security loan, and that is for the equipment for the security system on the house. It is a 0% interest rate, so I'm not worried about that one. So this month, I was actually able to put $2,476.42 towards debt. Then I had some stuff added onto it, and I ended with $5,296.33 for business credit card. So another win right there. A lot of it came from a bonus, last year's bonus that came in, and little pay increase and some other things that came in as well. The home security loan, again, I just paid the $62.25, the minimum payment. Nothing got added to it because no interest on it. And we're ending at $1,369.50. Started off total at $8,625.51, and we are ending with $6,665.83. So we'll go into a little bit more on this, but I typed in all of the numbers on my debt avalanche payment schedule, and let's just say that this much money that went in, my payoff date went from March 2025 to December 2024. So yay, if I continue to pay $365 and have nothing else added on into debt, I will pay off my schedule. But I do know I have a monthly fee that comes off, that gets charged every single month to the business credit card. So I have to do additional. So on that credit card, it's $337.51 monthly that I have to pay to make sure that I cover myself on what is actually getting charged every single month. Then going into the savings trackers, we have my emergency fund, the money market, and the high yield savings account. Here's where we are ending. Nothing crazy. I also got all of my retirement stuff. Here is my total savings. So 3 of them are retirement things, so I really don't consider that. I don't, you know, it's like I see this number, I like to keep track of it so I can see if they're going up or down or things like that. But really what my focus is right here. I don't plan to touch what's blocked off right here until I retire, which is still at least 20 years away, if not more. I don't track cash envelopes, so we're there. And then my February budget, the only thing that really happened is I didn't actually add this over here, but we had the Google Workspace or whatever it is, yearly subscription, $233.82, and then my monthly website security right there. So I do need to go and update this, but that's where we are at right now. Now going into, that is the end of February. So going into March, as you can tell, I haven't done anything. I'm not going to do the check-in. It is currently Monday the 4th. We still have a couple more days of this month to do a check-in for the first week. So I'll be back on Friday with a check-in once we get a little bit further on into the month. I am going to be, again, tracking groceries, household, and miscellaneous over here. Nothing special. March budget, I don't share my income, but I will share, like I did in February, how much I get over or under my estimated paycheck from my job that I go to, my regular job, that's a Monday through Friday, all of that type of stuff. Then I will share any additional income that comes in and where it's coming from. A lot of the times, like last month, it is stuff that's getting transferred from my sinking funds to cover stuff that I paid with my regular debit card or out of my regular checking account. Not much has changed over here except for I set out in my March goals to pay not just $300 extra, but a full $600 extra towards debt. We'll see how well that goes. Again, it's day 4 of the month and I don't know how it's going to go. So I do know that I did have some additional income that came in already for March, which I will share with you at the very end. So, you know, little face-to-face chat and everything like that. But other than that, pretty much everything is the same on everything. No extra changes whatsoever on this. Transaction log, nothing, because I haven't had anything come out or any of that. I have this over here. One thing that did happen, and it happened in February, I think. Let me make sure. Yes. So I actually had, in taxes, I had transferred some money over in case I would have to pay on my taxes. Thankfully, I did not have to pay on my taxes. I pretty much broke even. So I'm getting a little bit of money back, but it wasn't having to pay $1,000 like I was thinking I might have to. So I actually took some of that $1,000 and moved it into the vet fund over here, and I think I sent the rest of it to my checking account. So the boys, 2 of them, Jack and Binks, have to go to the vet in March to get their teeth cleaned, and the estimate was about $1,300. So I went ahead and transferred over enough money from that $1,000 that was in the taxes into the vet fund to make it $1,300, so that way I at least have the bulk of it saved up, and if there's a little bit extra, I'm able to kind of cover that a little bit. But I wanted to get the bulk of it saved up and everything, so that way when they go in for their teeth cleaning, hopefully it will be less than what they estimated, but you never know. There might be some teeth extractions that cost a little bit more. So, but other than that, pretty much everything is kind of the same right now. So that's just my rainy day funds. When they are due, I pay them when they're due. Debt tracker, again, it's just carrying over $6,666.83. I said that wrong, but you get it. I'm hoping to get this down to like just under 6,000 at the end of this month. So, you know, just trying to stay on track and trying to put not just the $600 that I was planning, but, you know, $900 towards the business credit card for this month. Savings, again, not sharing the funds, the 401ks and the funds, but I do share these, so nothing much changed there. And then budget, nothing else, just random stuff. So that is that's this budget. So February had a lot of wins and successes, so I'm hoping that I can have a little bit of that going into March as well. I am still going to maintain, like, trying to have a limited spending. However, I did spend a lot of money at the very beginning of March, so that's why I'm kind of like, I want to spend the rest of March kind of like only spending money on things that I absolutely need at the time and not wants. So I definitely did the wants. Some of it was needed, but the wants were happened on the first, basically. So I'm going to try to maintain the needs, you know, for the rest of the 31 days. So, but in February, debt, the biggest thing was paying off all of that debt. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you so that way you can kind of see what I am looking at over here. And okay, so starting off here on the debt avalanche payment schedule, this is something that I got from Etsy. I will leave a link down to the shop down below. I don't remember who it was, where I got it from, you know, I don't remember all of that. I'll have to go search it up. The current balance is not what is currently done. I do not think the interest is calculating correctly on the business credit card when it comes to all of that type of stuff. Something is off on the calculation, and I'm not going to go try to figure it out behind the scenes and all of that. So I'm just kind of like disregarding the current balance. I'm just kind of looking at kind of like how much it's going, what, you know, like the payoff dates and everything. So in here it has the payoff date on the home security loan as being December 2024. That is what I wanted. It previously said March of 2024, and I am happy to see that it is down to December 2024 because I want to get my debt paid off by the end of this year. So that was my focus, and it is still my focus. I'm still going to try to put as much money towards the business credit card this year as I can, and then once I get that paid off, I will put all of that extra money that I was paying towards the business credit card, I will put it towards the home security to get that paid off as well. And people are like, well, you need to keep credit, and well, the business credit card, I have a monthly payment on it, and I also do occasionally on the credit card number 2, I will put stuff on the credit card. So like in the instance where I have to go to the vet to pay to get the cat's teeth cleaned, that day when I go to pay, I will put it on one of my credit cards, and I'll get home almost immediately and transfer money, like set up transfers to pay the credit card. So that way it kind of gets paid off in the same month and everything. And that is my plan with having those. I may put some where I'm, you know, pay gas with a credit card or something like that. I'm kind of leery to do the credit card on a lot of things just because, you know, they're so easy to get stolen. I know my debit card can as well. The cats are playing in the hallway. But I'm just happy to see the debt payment and everything. So going in here, looking at the payment log, I've logged in everything here in the payment log, and including the ones where I had interest applied, and I don't see one of my interest rates in here. So like this Bluehost and SiteLock, Amazon, those were things I need to add. There's an interest missing from January and February. That might be why the balances are not quite right in the thing. But anything that is a added charge is going in the parentheses because that's basically a negative against the payments. Everything that is regular have been payments to the credit card to get them to go down, and you can see how it's affected everything. Going into the dashboard, this kind of the monthly dashboard, this kind of tells you like expected payments to pay this month, and total that would be interest for the one credit card, and that's where this doesn't quite add up with what is on the statement date. So I'm wondering if in March when I get that statement, if this will be the interest on the statement, because that's what happened in January. The interest right here was the interest that I saw on the bill that came in February that I needed to pay in February. So, which is kind of annoying in my opinion because my credit card is due the 15th, so it's split over 2 months, and it's very annoying. But right here you can see how much I am expecting to pay, how much I got, how much I actually paid, how much is remaining, the balance, which that is definitely off, how much is an interest, and then the progress report and all of that type of stuff. So I need to go and do some finagling a little bit, but even at that, looking at the payment schedule right here, the last payment is $376.93, which is well above the 600 that I'm planning every single month to pay towards debt. And for March, I'm planning on paying not just $600 but $900 extra. So, well, I forget how much the minimum payment is. I want to say it's around $200 or somewhere. I can't remember off the top of my head. So anything extra is going towards the debt, and that is my plan to continue doing, and hopefully not put anything extra on the credit card unless it's absolutely needed. And then if it is, then I have a plan to get it paid off within that month. Sometimes that won't work because, you know, like the biggest cost on that credit card was my iMac, and it's taking me, I bought it in 2020, it is taking me 4 years to pay it off. Because unfortunately for me, I was like, oh, I have a car note, let's go ahead and put everything on the credit card. And then it's just like, it spirals out of control when I do that. So now that I'm focused again to get this all paid off and all of that, it is working. Some other things that are going to happen in March, I am going to have a couple chiropractor appointments because I've decided that those are self-care and are needed, necessary. And I just go ahead every Friday that I have off, I'm going to go ahead and schedule to have a chiropractor appointment. So, you know, I have to pay for those every single time I go. They're not horrible on payments, but I just plan on doing that because it is self-care, and I definitely have been out of alignment. So need to keep that up as well. I then also today went to the dermatologist. So I had the copay for the dermatologist, and the good news is that I had the full body scan. It's I have to do those currently every 6 months because on the neck right in like this area, I think, I had a patch of skin that was removed a year ago, and it was benign skin cancer. So like basal cell something like that. It was one of the ones that everybody gets that is non-cancerous type stuff, but I mean, it is cancer, but not anything to be worried about. But because of that, she has to do her every 6 months exam. So this was the second one that I did. She found nothing particular, which was good. So I go back in another 6 months and have that all done. If she again finds no extra spots or any of that, then it's just yearly checkups on all of that. And then any other skin problems that I might have pop up. I have skin tags, which are areas of friction. I have the skin tags, and those are kind of hereditary as well. So my parents had them, I have them. Always fun to deal with. So we're good on that. I'm trying to think. Jack and Binks go into the vet for teeth cleaning. So I mentioned that already, where it's going to be around $1,300 plus minus. Don't know when till they go, when they start doing all the work. But I have the money for that. If not all the money, I'll be able to, you know, cover anything extra, unless it's like $1,000. I mean, I can cover that, but I don't want to. It's like, I don't want to be surprised by that. You know, a couple $100 here and there for an extra tooth, it's, I can deal with it. $1,000. But that's happening. I'm trying to think what else is happening in March. I have to pay for the rest of my vacation in June. So some things, I messaged them. I paid $500 almost a year ago to kind of like save a place on a cruise, but I'm not going on the cruise because they changed the date on that. Instead, there's an event going on in June, and I'm going to that. I've registered for it, and I sent them a message saying, can I use that $500 on that as a credit to that, and then I can pay the remaining $800 that's left on that. And the main person that makes that decision is not in the country at the moment, so hopefully she'll be back soon. because I think that that is actually, I due to pay that this month as well. So vast difference between $1,200 and $800, or $1,300 and $800. I have the money saved up for $1,300, but it's it also has part of my flight and food, souvenirs, you know, all of that type of stuff involved in it. So I kind of need the $500 right now, and right now I don't plan on doing another event through them after this one, just because it seems really, really expensive, and I just would rather not do that, honestly. Kind of save some money where I can, and it's been fun. I've met some friends, I've met some nice people on the things, but I just, after this year, even my friend and I are kind of like, meh, we don't know if we're going to do it again. We might just set up a time to our friend in Vancouver, and one of them in Las Vegas, and us in Houston. We might plan something ourselves. Anyways, March is going to be a good month. I can feel it. It's going to be a good month. I am just going to continue trying to pay off as much as I can every single month going forward. That is the plan. Anything extra, that's what I'm going to try to do, is to pay towards the debt to get that off, because I'm just tired of paying that. And really and truly, I'd rather be paying $900 to a savings account for buying new flooring for the house, or, you know, renovations that, you know, I would rather do that than, you know, than pay other people, institutions, you know. Anyways, I will be back on Friday with a budget check-in for March, the first week of March. And then on Sunday, I have filmed part of my cleaning video, and I plan on filming the rest of it, maybe not today, maybe tomorrow. I did film a little bit today with me doing dishes. Let's just say that I had so many dishes. I've already done 2 loads of dishes, and there's still more dishes that need to be cleaned. I was that far behind on dishes. So, and then with all the deliveries that I've been receiving, the front part of the house is trash. This part, the back, is pretty clean, honestly. But the front part is trashed because I have lots of boxes and things everywhere. And I've been just tired, really. So, anyways, I will let you guys go. So, oh. Reverse. Rewind, whatever you want to call it. Friday, budget with me, week 1 check-in for March, clean with me. I need to deep clean the laundry room and the hallway. I already am behind again. Luckily, those zones are not that difficult to clean, so not difficult to deep clean, so they're, you know, I'm not concerned about that. And then Wednesday, I will be back for a shopping haul. I mentioned all those boxes and everything. Well, that's what I'm going to be sharing with you guys. I got some stuff from Heroes Journal, Amazon, Weavers. I'm like, I have more packages coming in. Where are they coming from? I also got stuff from We, which I didn't really do a haul on that. I might do that as a grocery haul or something like that. I feel like I got an eyelash or hair on my eyeball. And the grocery, I was planning on going and grocery shopping for the entire month. But then today I just was like, screw it. Go get stuff for salads, go get some Totino's pizzas, get the pot roast, and you know, you're covered for the next couple days. With it being month-end close and everything, it's kind of like I am trying not to stress myself out about that, with cooking and all of that. So meal prepping and all of that. If I had done it this weekend, I would have been okay, but I just did not want to get out of the house this weekend. So that happens to all of us. But anyways, comment, like, whatever. See you guys next week. Bye, everybody.